It's my privilege to introduce our first storyteller. In my day job, I work for the Christian Reformed denomination. And last week, Tuesday, had a new colleague, Haudenosaunee of the Turtle Clan, Cayuga Nation of the Six Nations, Haudenosaunee, Confederacy at Grand River Territory, Ontario. Adrian Jacobs is the father of 5, the grandfather of 2 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. He lives on the Dish with One Spoon territory and serves as senior leader for Indigenous Justice and Reconciliation for the Christian Reformed Church. He's an educator in the areas of Indigenous history, culture, contemporary issues, and his networks with Indigenous leaders, knowledge keepers, and elders in Canada and the US and internationally. And I'm so grateful to welcome, to share a story, Adrian Jacobs. Welcome, Adrian.
What brings me to this job is the Turo Wampum in one way. Because when we found Dutch folk on the Albany River cutting down trees and building houses and planting gardens, we went up to them and said, "Hey, what's going on here? This is our territory. What are you doing?" And through long time of negotiation, we found out that the Dutch wanted a trading relationship. So in the early 1600s, the Dutch were the world colonizing country in the entire world. I went to Taiwan and talked to the indigenous people there, and they said, "Oh yeah, we were colonized 400 years ago by the Dutch." So, you know, it was a different time. And so they had come to North America looking to trade. They wanted to find something that was valuable, trade it for things that we would find valuable, and then take it back to Europe and sell it at a profit, pay off all their investors and cover their expenses, etc. And so we found out that from them, but we had other ideas in mind. And so this is our written record. This is our physical record of our agreement. So we said that this belt, this white belt, made out of wampum shells, actually purple and white, not blue and white as this one is, but and they're tubular beads that are strung together in patterns on wampum belts like this. We said this white belt will represent the common river of life. You have come up this river of life, and one of the rows represented the Dutch ship of state. Different technology, different leadership, different language, different religion, etc. And we said, you come up that river, and it's the common river of life. This other line is us. That's our canoe of state. We have our own technology, our own language, our own way of doing things, our own leadership, our own education system, our own spirituality. And we traveled this river of life together. And we said, there are 3 rows of beads between the 2 groups. The first row is the desire for friendship. We were looking for friends, not business partners. We wanted friendship. And you know, sometimes the word reconciliation in the Indigenous community doesn't carry a very good reputation. Some people speak badly about it. In fact, there's one kind of play on the word wreck, W-R-E-C-K, con, as in conniving or pulling the wool over somebody's eyes. Reconcili, S-I-L-L-Y. A-E-H, a Canadian touch to it all. And then shun, S-U-S-H-U-N. But I'm here to tell you that when we made this agreement with the Dutch, it was in place for a long time. In fact, we strengthened this covenant. So that was the desire for friendship. And so some people have said reconciliation means to make friends again. And a lot of Indigenous people said, we were never friends to begin with. I can say to you that Haudenosaunee and Dutch folk were friends to begin with. So that's what brings me back to, this work. The second row is all about the respect that is at the heart of peace. If you are fully respected, you could relax. When I came to my mother's home and sat down, even after my dad was gone, I'd come and I would melt into the couch. I'd never had to protect myself. I never had to guard my heart. I was completely at peace because my family was a family of respect. In fact, because we had no argumentation in our family, my parents would listen to me if I had a complaint, and they would be quiet, and they would listen to make sure that I said all I needed to say. And then they would respond. That's the home I grew up in. So that's a description of this peace that's at the heart of the peace comes from respect. The third row is if we have a good mind and we have a relationship like this, then we can have a strong relationship. And this is where I'm here to tell you that the relationship was good for a long time. Now, when the British came along, we reiterated it with the British. When the American Revolution came along, we told the Americans the same thing. And then whenever there's been a conflict in Caledonia or Canada, like in Caledonia 2006, we brought out this and we reminded the government of Canada. And so, I think about our elders and our ancestors. We gave the best answer right away. We're not looking for another answer. This was a good one and it worked for a long period of time. And what I said was that we strengthened it because we said, we noticed that you utilized chains with your ships, chains to pull up anchors, etc. And we began to understand that. And we said, we need to anchor your ship from the Albany River here right to Onondaga, the capital of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. And we said, our chain will have 3 links. And it was referring to these 3 links here. And these 3 links are the desire for friendship, the respect that produces peace, and then the good mind that has strong relationships. And we said, but instead of iron, we will use silver links, because there's a nature to silver that if you leave it, it gradually tarnishes, becomes black, and you can't see. But if you polish silver, it's like a mirror. You can see your face in it again. And we said, every now and again, we'll renew this covenant with one another so we can see ourselves in it again, like it was in the beginning. So in a sense, I've come to polish the chain with you, the covenant chain that had a good beginning. And I tell people today, 413 years ago, or however long ago that was when we first made this agreement, we were very, very different. We didn't look the same. We didn't speak the same language. Our cultures were entirely different. Our technology was different. Our education system was different. Our spiritual understanding was different. Our connection to the land was different. But we forged a very good relationship. And I think it's because, this is what we lived out with each other. And so that's why I think that I've got this job.